In 2017, we began a 2-year study on the labor shortage within the hospitality industry. In this video, I will discuss our findings. We will focus on where the labor leak is and the reasons this industry continues to struggle to fill jobs. We will talk about changes in attitudes and perceptions of the new modern workforce. We will then conclude with some possible solutions for industry professionals to consider for their own organizations. The hospitality industry is going through tremendous change, and it is having a significant impact on an industry that accounts for over 10% of global GDP. Customer service expectations are going up due to more competition and online reviews. As a result, customers are seeking an authentic customer experience and are shying away from prepackaged and generic customer service. Also, the labor market is changing. With record low unemployment, tighter immigration policies, and an overall strong economy, industries across the spectrum are finding it hard to find the right employee. Finally, technology is getting cheaper and more pervasive within our industry and is changing the very nature of our work within it. All of these trends are putting more pressure on these hard-to-find frontline employees who tend to have the lowest job retention rates to deliver a better product and service experience. During our research, we asked several leading executives for their perspectives on the labor shortage. As you can see, the labor market from their standpoint is very challenging and one of their biggest ongoing concerns. Throughout our interviews, we continue to hear that the tight labor market is impacting their organization's ability to deliver basic services and also impacting their ability to grow their business. With that in mind, our study had 3 major questions to answer. Where is the labor leak? What are the causes? And third, what are the possible solutions to this challenge? Our research included 4 separate surveys, with each building upon the previous one. Although the bulk of the respondents were in the United States, particularly on the West Coast, we also had participation from across the world. The research included personal interviews with executives, current hospitality workers, prospective employees from outside the industry, and students considering the industry as a career destination. So let's get into the results. Our first question was to identify the source of the labor leak. Upon all age groups, we found that the 18 to 29-year-old age group was the most likely to leave the industry and the least satisfied within their job. Specifically, we see that only 60% of 18 to 29-year-olds that are currently working in the industry plan to stay in the next 5 years. This is significantly lower than other age groups. We also found that the 18 to 29-year-old age group was the least satisfied with their current hospitality job by approximately 12 percentage points when compared to other age groups. Although this age group is most associated with the millennial generation, we don't believe this is an issue isolated to this generation. Instead, we believe we are seeing the tip of the iceberg of an emerging trend for future generations. We are seeing a generational shift in attitudes and perceptions of work within our industry. Additionally, through our interviews and focus groups, we believe future generations are likely to be more like millennials than older generations. Consequently, recognizing the needs and wants of this new modern workforce is an essential part to solving this labor shortage. With that in mind, we asked several questions of the 18 to 29-year-old age group to identify what they value most in a job. First, we found that although compensation, healthcare, and vacation time were important, company culture and promotional opportunities were the most important benefits this age group wanted in an employer. We then asked respondents what skills they needed most to achieve their 5-year career goals. Both leadership and management skills topped the list. Both of these skills make a lot of sense considering their desire for promotional opportunities. Another key finding of this study was that the 18 to 29-year-old age group had a strong desire for task variety within their jobs. Specifically, 74% of respondents that were likely to stay in the hospitality industry wanted task variety. Furthermore, We found that across all generations, routine and mundane tasks was a leading cause of dissatisfaction within the workplace. Later in this video, we will discuss this more. Over the last 2 years, we have presented these findings at a number of conferences. Inevitably, the questions at the end of each presentation turns to, what are the solutions? So for the remainder of this video, we will focus on our solutions. The first and most obvious solution to the labor shortage issue is to retain the employees you already have. Although somewhat obvious, current retention rates show there is room for improvement. As I alluded to earlier, workplace culture is the top benefit employees look for within an organization. However, workplace culture can mean many things to different people, so we used a follow-up survey to dig into what constitutes workplace culture. Our data showed that a sense of community, camaraderie, access to management, and support of their personal lives are the most important components of workplace culture. During personal interviews and focus groups, we found that examples of community and camaraderie include a sense of belonging and purpose, and enjoying the people you work with. An emerging theme that participants expressed was that they did not want their personal life and their life at the workplace to be two distinct items. In fact, they wanted them to be interchangeable. Although the desire for an authentic and dynamic workplace culture appeared on the surface to be a simple solution, we found that participants had a difficult time identifying hospitality companies that personified the workplace culture they so desired, thus implying it's rarely available. If the labor leak and low retention rates continue, then acquiring workers from outside the industry is a necessary solution to building a sustainable workforce. To understand this solution better, we also conducted a follow-up survey that focused on what workers outside of the hospitality industry wanted. Specifically, we asked this group if they would consider the hospitality industry as a career destination. Surprisingly, only 24% of participants would even consider a career in the hospitality industry. We then asked why they would not consider it. Participants responded with keywords such as low pay, people, and inflexible hours. Finally, we asked the same group what company benefits they valued most. Wages, retirement plans, and once again, company culture were the top responses. Our third solution focuses on one of the leading dissatisfiers identified across all age groups: mundane and routine job tasks. Although job automation has a negative connotation these days, the data supports, ironically, more automation within the industry could lead to higher job satisfaction. In practical terms, this would start with one simple question human resources should ask each time a new job posting is being considered. Do we need another person, or is there technology available to assist or replace this job? We continue to see more technology within our industry. For example, for those of us old enough to remember, how many humans did you interact with on a flight that you took 20 plus years ago? Now ask yourself how many humans you interacted with on your most recent flight. When I pose this question to others, the average is over 21 human interactions took place on a flight 20 years ago, and less than 5 human interactions took place on their most recent flight. But there are many other examples, including automation through mobile apps, commercially viable robots in the front of the house, food 3D printers in the back of the house, and other job task automation in accounting, marketing, and, ironically, even human resources. Our fourth solution was we recognize that there will be jobs that will always have low retention rates, that we cannot attract workers from outside the industry to fill, and that the technology is currently not available to automate. For that, our solution is rapid retraining. In the United States, organizations spend approximately $1,200 per employee annually on training. Therefore, the training must be cost-effective, thorough, and impactful. Virtual reality technology, although in its infancy, has a lot of promise in this area. Research shows retention rates are significantly higher with VR training than traditional lecture-based training. The ability to put employees in a realistic environment and run them through multiple scenarios without the real-life consequences of failure has tremendous potential for both the employee and the employer, and can lead to higher job satisfaction and customer satisfaction scores. We currently have a research project studying this new technology and its application in progress. As the research in the hospitality labor shortage continues, we will continue to upload updates. In the meantime, we wish you the best of luck in building a sustainable workforce and hope to be a resource for you in the future. If you have any questions or comments, please email me at my email below. Thank you.